Hi there and welcome to Canna Clatch. My name is Thomas and I'm the creator of Canna Clatch, the Altruistic Network of Cannabis Strain Hunters. I'm here today because I'm very excited to introduce to you a product called the Herbalizer. It is the world's first smart device vaporizer, and being a medicinal cannabis patient here in the state of Oregon, I use cannabis for a wide range of medicinal needs, and I can be considered a high volume combustion cannabis user. I can be considered a high tolerancy cannabis user, and I've used vaporization in the past, and I found it to be not quite as on par as other methodologies of using cannabis. And so today I'm very excited to introduce a vaporizer that exceeds my experience in terms of combustion with cannabis, and I'm very happy to introduce to the greater cannabis community several applicational usage of the Herbalizer. And I'm going to go through a short introduction of the device, and then I'm going to go through some introductions of several mediums that people will use with this device, and to open up the dialogue for the cannabis connoisseurs, people who are very oriented towards taste, scent, as well as the medicinal community. We'll talk about low tolerancy users, as well as people who are in my same category, who are using a tremendous amount of volume and using cannabis for very serious medical problems. And so without further ado, let's open this up. We have a clamshell design in a very simple instrument panel. It has two modes to work with: vapor therapy and aromatherapy, a fan on and off switch, and a temperature up and down bar. The chamber is magnetized to the unit and opens up very easily. This chamber is going to be recognized by most as being extremely small, and for me, in my glass, I have bowls and chambers that make this look minuscule, and I'm going to demonstrate in follow-on videos that the size of this chamber is misleading, and it takes very, very little medium to gain the same medicated experience. The screws on and snaps back on. We have a silicone whip that can be attached to the chamber for using either like a hookah with your own diaphragm, or with the fan that is a simple on and off switch. And this particular fan feature is the game changer for the vaporization medication experience. This specific fan device on here is what allows people who are very familiar with combustion to gain the same medicated experience from vaporization. Going on here, we have the bag feature that you can assemble right onto the top of the chamber and fill it up. This particular device takes no time to heat up, and it takes virtually no time to fill a bag. So people who shied away from vaporization due to the waiting involved, you no longer have an excuse. This particular device can get within 5 degrees of its displayed temperature. That is an unprecedented amount of accuracy around temperature, and the fact that you can deal with both flower mediums as well as the different exotic cannabis concentrate mediums that are readily available in both the recreational and medicinal communities. I've tried to put literally everything that I can find through this machine, and I haven't found anything that's problematic. And quite frankly, there are extractions being made with butane, with propane, and with isopropyl alcohol. So all of it is fair game to you. Some of these new exotic forms of mediums are just as easily used as the things that we're already familiar with. I have solventless concentrates here. I have butane sap. I have this actually is a propane extracted sap, and of course the CO2 extracted as well. All these things are very well known within the cannabis community, and people are dabbing with them. And with dabbing, you have to go through a much higher volume of medium to get the same medicated experience. I am taking the accessories that actually come with this. We have these steel gauze pads, and you put these in the bottom of the chamber. You put your concentrate on top of that, You can add flowers to that, you can add essential oils, and you can add any of the herbs that are available in the natural world. And so we're going to be talking about several topics that have to do with cannabis specifically, but also have to do with the naturopathic and homeopathic communities. Within the cannabis community, we're talking about the entourage effect and how specific cannabinoids are more effective when they are able to work with other cannabinoids in synchronicity. And I'm opening up the discussion for allowing the entourage effect to work with the greater world of herbs and materials, because now we're able to mix all of those materials in a single chamber and interface with them with a high degree of temperature accuracy. And so when we start talking about specific cannabinoids, we're going to be talking about vaporizer users who will snipe and sharpshoot specific cannabinoids and honing in on a specific medicated experience. This is unprecedented, and this is also going to open up the world of cannabis connoisseurship. People who interface with this in terms of scent, flavor, and how it affects your palate. The temperature variation is crucial, and you'll find that different strains have different temperature profiles, and their cannabinoid profiles will generally have a factor on where you're tasting that strain and where you begin to lose that taste. And so in follow-on videos, I will be demonstrating specific applicational uses of this herbalizer within the medicinal construct as well as the connoisseur construct. And we're going to be applying several of these mediums and using them in conjunction with the cannabis flower with several essential oils. And I'm going to be offering combinations that I've found particularly effective. And hopefully we'll seek out other herbalizer users that can offer their experience and offer up vaporization as a very pragmatic alternative to combustion. I went from someone who was using a tremendous amount of flowers over the course of several weeks to using something that I would call microdosing. You know, someone who has a very high tolerancy to cannabis would look at this amount and snicker. But it's an actual dose in this experience, and I feel that people will be able to combo up their favorite herbs that maybe they'll be growing in their backyard. And this machine can also cure the herbs that you can grow around you and make them ready to be vaporized. So with that, I'd like to introduce the herbalizer and open up dialogue around specific applications that it's going to be very useful for and open up a lot of eyes. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.